are sunglasses to help a little bit, as dark as you can, right? Because that is a polarized filtered glass, right? And so that can help. Um, so it all matters. And so if we can get you to charge that, which is sort of what these preventatives tend to do, right? It raises that possibility that you'll get higher and higher and higher with time, so that you have that cushion of green. Okay? So there's a thought that, um, there's some evidence that people with migraines can detect changes in barometric pressure. Right? Mm-hmm. If I don't get my headache, or if I don't get my aura, I always know it's going to rain, because my office is filled with people with headaches, right? And so it turns out that, and they've studied this, that we can detect changes in the barometric pressure, the pressure of the air. And that's what happens, with a weather person that draws those lines in the high pressure system and a low pressure, so hot air, cold air. And wherever the hot air and the cold air crash, that's where it rains. And that difference in the pressure is what you can feel. And so, you might do a little bit of a thought experiment here with me. You can imagine, say, 5,000 years ago, right? You have the same genes that we do now. Why is it that these genes could stay in the human population? Right? Let's take a look at that, right? Because if we're cheetah, if we're I don't know, gazelle, right? If we're being chased by cheetah on the plains, if we're all running away from the cheetah, and all of a sudden I say, "Ow, the head," and I stop in the middle of my tracks, my gene is going to disappear from the gene pool really quickly, right? And so it won't be possible to sustain it, right? These genes in a population. But what about people? Right? Why could we possibly be able to sustain it in such a high frequency? I wondered about that, and I wondered if there was some kind of advantage. And so here's a thought, just a little bit of time travel thought here. Okay, so imagine, let's go back 5,000 years ago. Right, that's home. And here we are. Okay, and imagine, you're the only person in your village that knows when it's going to rain. I think that'd be an advantage. Because if you start to get your aura, or you start to get your headache, you might look at the moon. You might realize the moon is the wrong shape. So, no, I'm not getting my period. Oh, wait, it's going to rain, because that's what happened last time. And so, you tell everybody in the village, cancel the hunting party. And they say, "Oh, no, but we love hunting." They say, "No, no, no, it's going to rain. Here, throw these in the ground." You take them planting, and you get them all to plant these things in the ground, and then before you know it, it rains, and you've got a great crop yield. And you fed the village. So, kids turn out bigger. Maybe their necks are not so long, but the kids are bigger. And so, this is an advantage for your village, right? The village next door, the one that didn't have you, what happened? Well, nothing happened, because they all, went out hunting and got rained out. None of the animals showed up. Okay? And so, there could be an advantage, right, for the village to have you, right? Because you know when it's going to rain. Now, take the opposite example. Say it hasn't rained for a while. Okay? And somebody in the village comes up to you. The village coming up to you with a silver platter, because we had those 1,000 years ago, and lifts it up, and there's a piece of blue cheese sitting there, except it's not blue cheese, because you don't live in France, okay? But it looks like blue cheese. And they say, we're starving. Can't we eat this? Oh, wise one, you know when it's going to rain. Tell me, can we eat this? And you look at it, it looks wrong. And you say, don't eat it. And they say, but we're starving. Here, smell it. And you smell it, and you say, oh, it smells wrong. And therefore, you conclude, it looks wrong, it smells wrong, therefore, it is wrong, don't eat it. And they say, but. And then they use the magic word, starts with P. Oh, can't we eat it? Oh. The answer is peer pressure. So they give you peer pressure, and you say, oh, okay, I'll take a bite. So you take a bite of that thing that looks like blue cheese, except it's not blue cheese, and you get this massive headache. Lights bother you, sounds bother you, nausea, right? Photophobia, and nausea, right? You feel terrible. You go hide in the hut. Yeah. That wasn't blue cheese. It was some other mold and bacterial product, right? Because the blue in blue cheese, that's red mold, right? cheese part in cheese, that's a bacterial part. Just happens not to kill you because it's milk bacteria, right? Infected. But 5,000 years ago, you don't know that, and you're nowhere near that. And so, that's a poison until proven otherwise. And you just ate it. You looked terrible, and everybody saw that you looked terrible. Nobody's going to touch this. You just saved the whole village, you and your gene. Okay? What happened next door? Fortunately, they all died. So they were all hungry, and they all ate it, because they didn't have you in the village. These people saw what happened to those people, and they said, oh my goodness, we're really glad to have her in the village. Except they used the word had, which is